Hey guys, welcome to episode 13 of the Early Parenting Podcast. So today I'm talking about nipples. Woohoo! More specifically, I'm talking about why won't your sore, cracked nipples heal? I think cracked nipples would be one of the key reasons why mums wean from breastfeeding, so understanding why they may not be healing may help to give you the knowledge to get past this breastfeeding hurdle and to continue your breastfeeding journey. So listen on to find out more. Welcome to the Early Parenting Podcast, where we help you navigate the somewhat tricky world of parenthood so you can love the crap out of being a mum. I'm your host, Jen Butler, and I'm an early parenting consultant and a mama of two busy boys. Join me as I explore all things early parenting and deliver them to you in toddler-friendly, bite-sized lessons because, let's be honest, the toddler is probably smothering pseudo-cream on the wall as we speak. I'll be dropping my hottest tips on baby and toddler sleep, feeding, boobs, behaviour, and so much more. Are you ready to find your flow in motherhood? Let's dive in. This episode is brought to you today by my free clean sleeping guide that I have on my website. You can access this baby at www.jenniferbutler.com.au. Now, guys, this guide is the first step I take parents through when I'm looking to help them improve their baby or toddler's sleep. You are literally getting free access to the first pillar of my CCC approach that I use to improve baby and toddler sleep. So head on over and download yourself a copy today. jenniferbutler.com.au/clean-sleeping. Okay, let's get into today's episode. Okay, let's dive into my top reasons as to why your poor, cracked, sore nipples aren't healing. So tip number 1, poor attachment. So the most common reasons why your nipples won't heal is because attachment still ain't cutting it. The reason why they probably became damaged in the beginning was due to poor attachment. So you can imagine that without adjusting this and improving it, it will continue to reopen wounds. It's like falling over and grazing your knee, and instead of keeping it bandaged, you keep it open and unbandaged, and you continue to fall over and reopen the wound. To prevent damage, your nipples need to be reaching the soft palate of your babe's mouth, which means a deep attachment. I actually want you to run your tongue along the top or the roof of your mouth at the moment and feel that junction of where it turns to the soft palate. That's where you're aiming for that nipple to get to. If you don't think your attachment is on point, then get in touch with a professional who can help you with that. An international board certified lactation consultant is the person to go to. They're the people that have current information and know their thing. I'm an IBCLC, so if you have any issues with attachment, then absolutely get in touch with yours truly. Point number 2, lip or tongue tie. So sometimes it's what is going on in your baby's mouth that is preventing ideal attachment. Lip and tongue tie is a topic that is divided within the health professional community. So, as a midwife, an IBCLC, and a mum who had a son with lip and tongue ties, I can assure you that if there is a lip or tongue tie preventing mobility of the tongue or lip, this is associated with poor attachment and damaged nipples. I can vouch for this. This happened to me. If you are concerned your baby or even toddler has a lip or tongue tie, I strongly recommend you get it checked out by a professional who specialises in identification of ties. Now, this is usually a dentist with background in identifying lip and tongue ties and treating them. Like I said, lots of GPs, lots of midwives, lots of paediatricians all have different opinions about tongue ties. So it's just best to go to the specialists in this field to find out whether or not there is one that's worthy of checking over and potentially treating. Okay, tip number 3. Your pumping technique may be what is preventing your nipples from healing. So using an incorrect size flange for your breast pump may be preventing your nipples from healing. We are all built differently, ladies, and this goes for our nipple size too. Your nipple and part of your areola should fit in the flange when you pump, not just the nipple. Pumping on too high of a suction can also cause damage or reopen wounds. Getting the right size flange, making sure that you're not going too hard with the suction are going to be key to making sure that allowing your nipples a chance to heal. Because often mums actually do turn to the pump to give their nipples a break from breastfeeding their baby. But if technique's not spot on, then it's causing just as much damage. Tip number 4, thrush. Sometimes you can have an underlying medical condition preventing your nipples from healing. So nipple thrush is a common condition experienced by breastfeeding women and makes nipple healing more difficult. Signs of nipple thrush include a shooting pain, intense breast pain, itchy or dry nipples, or shiny and pink nipples. Your baby may also have some signs of oral thrush, although not always. If you're concerned you may have nipple thrush, speak to an IBCLC or a health professional to get that diagnosed and treated so your nipples can start to heal ASAP. And the final point is a bacterial infection. So like thrush, a bacterial infection can be a cause for why your nipples aren't healing. If you have a bacterial infection in your nipples, along with slow healing nipples, you may experience flu-like symptoms, breasts feeling hot to touch, fever, and more. Again, it's suggested you speak to a health professional or an IBCLC if you're worried that this is you. Often, your nipples will have to be swabbed to identify what bacteria it is so that antibiotic treatment can be personalised to the bug. Anyway, I hope that this has helped give you some ideas as to why those dang nipples won't heal. Breastfeeding can be really challenging, especially when you have sore, damaged nipples added to the mix. Getting on top of the reason why they're becoming damaged in the first place and then allowing them a chance to heal and getting them back to a healthy state is going to make breastfeeding, well, not only tolerable, but also enjoyable. I hope that you've enjoyed this episode. Looking forward to seeing you here back again next week. Bye for now. Thank you so much for joining me in today's episode, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please head on over to your podcast streaming app, whether that's Apple or Spotify, and leave me a review. I want this podcast to get to as many ears as possible so that other mums who might be having the same questions as you can find a little bit of information to help their parenting journey along. And you know what? While you're over there leaving a review, please feel free to subscribe so you don't miss a single one of my episodes. And don't forget to hit me up on my socials, Facebook and Instagram, @JemButler Early Parenting. Can't wait to bring you your next episode. I'll see you back here again then.